Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today is 22nd of February 2018 and we're going to talk about how to set up ZClassic Electrum wallet for BTCP fork. In my previous video, I have talked about the Bitcoin private fork coming up February 28, 2018 and why you should be holding your ZClassic in its own wallet. And it seems that Electrum wallet is the one that is being recommended by the developers. So I'm going to show you how to set up the ZClassic Electrum wallet for Windows. If you plan to participate in the fork, then the safest thing you could do to guarantee that you're going to get your own Bitcoin private coin is to have the coin under the command of your own wallet. Also, it is important to know your private keys to your wallet. If you had a previous wallet and you want to set it up with Electrum, you can do it if you have your private keys from that wallet. When you need to claim the BTCP token after the fork, you will also need to know your private key, because quite possible you will also need to import the private keys into another wallet, or perhaps ZClassic will do a support for Electrum, so it might actually be much easier than having to export and import. But in any case, I am going to show you right now how to import a private key if you already have from a previous wallet, and also how to grab your private key from the addresses that Electrum will generate from you, so that later on when you need these private keys you have them saved and ready. References will be made to the following websites. For download, we're going to check out the official website of ZClassic, which is www.zclassic.org, and the official website for Bitcoin Private, which is www.btcprivate.org. And for confirmation, as we go on, we're going to check out www.zcl-explorer.com. So let's get started. Visit the official website of ZClassic, which is zclassic.org. Here we can actually get to find how we can download the Electrum wallets for Windows. You can also get to find how you can download the Electrum wallet by visiting. You can also visit the official website of Bitcoin Private to download Electrum wallet by going to the frequent asked question page and then look for where can I store my ZClassic to ensure I get my BTCP. So you could click here. If you click here, it pops out a GitHub page where you would find Electrum ZCL Electrum release 1.3. This is the latest version, and we're interested in Windows, so you can actually click here for download, or you could go to the ZClassic website and at the same time click here, and also you could also get the ZCL Electrum release latest version for Windows. You click on it and run it on the system. Apparently it has been installed on the system, and we'll make reference to that immediately, which is this. So you're going to, it's a zip folder. The best thing for you to do now is to extract it to the desktop. Extract the file to the desktop, and when that is done, which is this, the file has been extracted, it's showing the sign of ZCL. You click on it to run it. This is the process of setting up your ZClassic Electrum wallet for Windows. Okay. Once the file has been extracted and opened, this is the first dialog box that will be displayed, and it states, how do you want to connect to a server? We just leave it at auto connect. Click on next. Yes, this is the ZClassic Electrum wallet. The wallet is showing default wallet. You let it like that. You move to the next. Create default wallet. What kind of wallet do you want to create? Is it a standard wallet, multi-signature wallet, import ZClassic address, or private keys? What this implies is, assuming you have your private keys from other wallets and you want to import it, you could use the import ZClassic address or private keys by using the private keys of the wallet you have. But for the benefit of opening a ZClassic Electrum wallet today, you are new to it and you want to have a new wallet, you just leave it at the standard wallet and then you click on next. Now it says key store. Do you want to create a new seed or restore the wallet using an existing seed? Because you're doing this for the first time, you're going to use create a new seed. So we'll do that next, and then choose the seed type. we'll say next, which is standard. What we have here is the ZClassic Electrum seed. This is a string of words that is very important and should not be displayed to the public. You're actually seeing it because on this wallet there's not going to be any money on it. It is advisable you keep it private, and it's also advisable you write it down on paper. So I'm going to write it down on a sheet of paper because it will be needed further on. These string of words are actually very important, so having written them down on the paper, we'll click on next and confirm seed. That's the next stage. Your seed is important. If you lose your seed, your money will be permanently lost. To make sure that you have properly saved your seed, please retype it here. So we're going to type the seed that's been written down on paper the way it was written, the way it was displayed, and we'll do that by typing it with a space after each words. Okay, please, it's advisable you have this written down on a sheet of paper and you keep it privately to yourself. You do not display it. You can actually see this now because there's not going to be any money on it. So that is done. The next thing you do is next. Choose a password to encrypt your wallet keys. Leave this field empty if you want to disable encryption. So now we're going to choose a password here. So you're going to type in your password. Make sure the password you type in is something you can actually remember, because it will be needed from you in the future. Now you leave this encrypt file. Do not just leave it that way. You click on next. Now your ZClassic Electrum wallet is generating your new address for you, so we have to wait. Alright, this is it. Your ZClassic Electrum wallet, it's open. It's that simple. So this is your ZClassic Electrum wallet. You can see, wow, your ZClassic Electrum wallet is open. It is this easy. You can see nothing here. There's no money in this account. That's why there's no history here. So if you want to receive ZClassic, you could just click here, and then the address for receiving will be out. You can actually give out this address to anyone to receive ZClassic. If you want to send ZClassic, you click on send. Here you put the ZClassic address you want to send ZClassic to. You confirm the amount and then you send. So basically, this is how to open a ZClassic Electrum wallet. Now you need to get your private keys to your wallet address. So what you do, you go to show address. This displays, and then you click on it. What you can see the ZClassic Electrum addresses attached to this wallet, and these are showing balance as 0 because apparently there's no money in it. To get the particular private key of any wallet address you have money on, you right click on it. You can copy the address. You then click on private key. When you click on private key, it will require that you put in your password to your wallet address, and once that is done, this is your private key. You can see this is the wallet address, and at the same time you can see this is the private key to this wallet address. So you can copy the private key, and it's advisable you save the private key properly on a notepad or privately somewhere that it's only displayed to you. So this is your public this is the public address. Okay, so that is basically how to get your private key from your ZClassic Electrum wallet. Now the next stage is how to import your private keys to a ZClassic Electrum wallet. Assuming you have your ZClassic wallet address saved somewhere and private key saved somewhere, what you do is you come back to the ZClassic Electrum wallet. You click on new and restore. When that is done, it shows you When that is done, it shows you the ZClassic Electrum wallet. You call this wallet 1. You click on next, and then it says what kind of wallet do you want to create. A standard wallet. Okay, that's if you're actually opening a new wallet for the first time, but this time around we want to import our address or private key from another wallet. So you have to select import ZClassic address or private keys. So next, now it says import ZClassic addresses. Enter the list of ZClassic addresses. This will create a watching only wallet or a list of private keys. So what you do, you go to your file where you saved your private key or wallet address, you copy it, and then you come back here. You could either use your wallet address or private keys. So let's use the private keys, and then we click on next, and basically this is that simple. So it has brought us to the wallet address of this particular wallet address. So you can see this is the wallet address. It shows T1K. Let's confirm that. T1K is the first 3 letters, and we have T1K is the first 3 letters, and VMZ is the last 3 letters. So we confirm that. So you can see here 31K and VMZ. Okay, so you can actually confirm the private key too by clicking on it and clicking on private key. So you can see here, this is the private key. KZZ is the first 3 letter, and VV4 is the last 3 letters. So you can confirm that. You can see that here, KZZ, the first 3 letter, and VV4. You can actually copy this wallet address to, let's go to check it out on the ZClassic confirmation node, like the blockchain.info, where you can actually track some transaction. So let's check it out by putting the wallet address there and clicking on send to search. So what you can see here is, oh wow, confirmation transaction. There are no transaction involving this address. So basically there are no transaction involving this address. So if there were transactions involving this address, you're going to see here the amount of ZClassic that has been received, the amount of ZClassic that has been sent, the final balance, and the total number of transactions so far. So this is basically how to set up your ZClassic Electrum wallet for the BTCP fork coming up February 28, 2018, and also how you can import your private keys from other wallets into the ZClassic Electrum wallet. So I hope this video has given us basic understanding on how you can set up your ZClassic Electrum wallet in preparation for the Bitcoin private fork coming on February 28, 2018. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more informative news from the crypto space. Thank you.